Good morning, everybody. How is your day going? Steve here, Steve Raiken with RaikenProfit.com, coming back to you guys with another live show. And the topic of today's show is what sells on eBay? The best stuffed animals to make money on eBay. So recently, what really inspired me to make this video was recently I went to a garage sale and I walked up to the garage sale and I ended up purchasing a few various items that I was selling on Amazon FBA, including a one of those tomato plant. I don't know what it is, but it helps you to grow, or it grows a tomato plant. I don't know. I'm not in that niche. I don't know much about it. I scanned it. It was profitable. Purchased one of those. Purchased a few other random items for Amazon, but I came across this stuffed animal and I didn't know much about it. I really don't know much about stuffed animals, but I looked it up and it was going for like 40 bucks. And I was like, wow, like if I never looked this up, I never would have known. And then I asked myself, how much money have I lost over the years by not looking up stuffed animals? So, with that being said, that was the inspiration for me wanting to make this video because I want to be able to share with you guys the best selling stuffed animals that are selling on eBay, not only to help you out, not only to help to grow my channel and add value to you guys, but also to kill five birds with one stone and help myself out as well to learn so I can make money in my business, grow my business, and continue to be able to source items that allow me to, increase profits and margins and revenue in my business. So this is going to be a learning experience for both of us. So I just want to thank everybody, and I'm looking forward to learning with you guys in this live show. The goal, of course, is to be able to recognize the brands and the types of items and the models that sell the best. But like somebody said in the comments before, another one of the big goals shouldn't just be to learn what to sell, but also how to figure out how to research items on your own, which was a great point that was brought up by Good Used Goods. So that was an excellent comment. I'm in the comment section right now. You want to learn how to research items on your own. You don't want to have to rely on these videos each and every time because they are time consuming and time is money. So as I do appreciate you being here and learning with me, I do want to teach you how to be able to catch your own fish as well, to be able to go out there and figure it out on your own. So hopefully I got that point across. Another thing that I want to mention real quick before we jump into it is I've got a few free books right now that I'm offering 100% free. E-commerce on Fire, 97 strategies to grow and boost your sales. If you are in e-commerce, whether that's eBay, Amazon, or Craigslist. So be sure to go over to rakenprofit.com/products, download that free book. Also, we have another free book called 100 Amazing Items to Resell, which was created by myself and three of my partners in the Green Room, which is a membership, paid membership site that we run. But this is a free book that will also share with you 100 amazing items to resell, all different types of items outside of stuffed animals. So be sure to get these two free books right here. Also, real quick, today is the last day of my 50% off sale on all of my other paid products. Pawn Shop Profits, 101 Killer Clothing Brands, 102, Blazing Profits, and our actual Green Room membership site that we run. Today is the last day. So if you want to get any other ebooks or courses, 50% off. Be sure to look in the description. 50% off products, rakenprofit.com/products. Use the code 30K subs. That's in the description. If you want to join the Green Room, we have a 25% off on that as well, which is probably the best deal out of everything that I have right now is the Green Room. But with that being said, smash that like button, guys. Show some love. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I'm excited to get into this show. So hit that like button. We got 37 people watching live right now. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for hanging out with me on a what day is today? A Thursday morning. So let's shout some people out. We got JD Flynn in the house, says big fan of you, Raiken. Appreciate that, JD. We got DJ Boy 1011 in the house. What's going on? Good Used Goods. Good to see ya. Crystal Mills, Ed Sandoval. Good to see ya in the house. Hopefully everything is going well for you. Ed Sandoval says, "What up, Steve? About to hit Six Flags and thought I'd learn some things before I take a well-needed break." Hey, that's what it's all about. Oh, I want to share with you guys a crazy story. let me see where this is. I need to look up my, I have another computer screen next to me, so I'm looking up one of my latest videos because you will not believe the comment that I received on one of my YouTube videos yesterday, guys. And I want you to tell me what you think of this. This is absolutely crazy. This comes from Roxana Avalos, and I feel super bad. I feel bad that I inspired this, inspired or transpired. I'm not sure, but if it wasn't for my video, this probably would have never happened. So this was on the video I did yesterday on what sells on eBay board games. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure to check out yesterday's video. We went through all of the most profitable board games. But Roxana Avalos, 18 hours ago, left a comment on the video and said, "So I was listening to you on my way to the UPS store this morning to drop off my packages. And then I decided to go to a Goodwill beforehand that was on my way. So when I was in there looking for board games, I found nothing. When I went back out to my car, guess what? My FBA boxes were gone. Somebody got in my car when I was inside the store." So to translate that real quick, because I know I kind of paraphrase that a little bit. She watched my YouTube video to learn about board games. She got super pumped up and inspired after seeing all these board games, and she had her Amazon FBA packages in her car. So if you sell on Amazon, pretty much what you do is you package all your stuff up into a box, you put it in your car, and then you drop it off at UPS. She had all of her boxes in her car, and she went in pumped up to find board games. Went in there, didn't find anything, unfortunately, and she came out and somebody had broken into her vehicle and stole all of her Amazon FBA packages. So that's a crummy story right there. I feel bad. So Roxana, sorry to hear. That's just, it's really unfortunate that some people do that type of stuff. So keep your head up. In life, there's going to be times where you get knocked down and circumstances arise that are outside of your control, like somebody stealing from you. But just get back up and keep moving forward. It really does stink that happened, but Roxana, just keep moving forward. All right, guys, let's dive into this show and let's start to talk about some of the best stuffed animals to sell on eBay. All right, so I am on ebay.com right now, and this is what I did, guys, so you can research in the future on your own. Typed in stuffed animals. Okay. Then I went down to condition. I typed in used because most of the stuffed animals we're going to come across at thrift stores, garage sales, maybe flea markets, estate sales. Those are probably the most common places. They're probably going to be used. So I wanted to research products that are going to be in my habitat, right? They're going to be used. So I put that in. Also for price, I put $50. And then I hit this button right here. So it's only going to show me items that sold for $50 or more. Why? Because I'm really focusing in my business when it comes to eBay, focusing on higher end items that have more margins because time is money. And with eBay, it's very, very time consuming to take pictures, create your listing, ship it all out, fulfill the orders, customer service. I'm spoiled with Amazon FBA. So with eBay, I'm really trying to keep my bottom line up. So this is really tailored for me. If you want to research things that go for less, that's fine. But put in $50. Also for the format, I put in buy it now. And I'm going to switch this over to US only because I only want to be messing with the United States currency, the dollar. And then I hit sold listings. So everything you see here is going to be a stuffed animal that's sold for $50 plus a used buy it now within the United States. All right, let's start to dive into some of these items right here that really stand out to open up our eyes to the types of items that sell. All right, let's check this out right here. We've got a vintage My Pet Monster original 1986 Amtoy long nose plush stuffed animal toy. Again, guys, I have very little knowledge when it comes to stuffed animals. So, if I mess up some of the names or terminology, I apologize. But check this out, $72. As we research more, I'm sure we're going to learn some distinctions, some patterns, some things that stand out. If there's anything you guys can help me out with or teach me, drop a line in the comments, guys. There is a live feed right now. So if you are watching on your desktop on the right-hand side, there's a live feed. Get in there, interact with these other resellers and learn and see what they're saying because a lot of them probably know a lot more than I do. All right, so this looks cool right here. This definitely looks interesting. I mean, I can't touch it and feel it, obviously, because, I'm just looking at the sold listing. So, you know, maybe if I was to feel it, I would say, wow, that's really high quality. But that sold for $72. The description states, cute and creepy, original, quote unquote, My Pet Monster by Amtoy. So I'm going to write down that name, Amtoy. I'm guessing that that's a brand. So Amtoy. Good, played with condition. I tried to take a lot of pictures so you know exactly what you were getting. No holes or tears. Some discoloration on teeth and wear on hands and feet. Look at the pics. So pretty straightforward description. I like that. Looks like it's from the year 1986. So this was created the year before I was born, 30 years ago. So this is 30 years old right here. And I don't know, Amtoy. Let's do something. Let's do something real quick. And let's see. Let's go to Amtoy. Let's type in Amtoy 1986, and let's see if there's any other types of items that are selling from that year. So it looks like, wow. So let's go to sold listings. Okay, let's go to sold listings. Let's go to used. Let's go to US. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go to US only, and let's see what else is selling from 1986 from Amtoy. Jumbo plush American. What's the is every? Let me ask the comments a question for the people out there who sell these types of items. What's the difference between a stuffed animal and a plush? Is that just this? Is plush a same word to say stuffed animal? What exactly is plush when you hear the word plush? So that's a question I want to throw out to everybody right now. So My Pet Monster. So it looks like there's some handcuffs that maybe originally come with it, because you see the handcuffs here. It looks like the price went for a little more. Check this one out. This is brand new in the box with some box damage. Holy mackerel! Imagine walking into a consignment shop, right, or a thrift store, and finding this guy in the box. Holy mackerel! Check that out. $250 plus $27.50 to ship. That is absolutely insane right there. So keep your eye out for this guy right here, 1986 My Pet Monster. Here's another one real quick. It looks a little different, 39. Yeah, just a really cool item right there. There's that guy again. So let's get out of there. So that's definitely something interesting to be on the lookout for. Yeah, Gerson. What's going on, Gerson? Good to see you, buddy. We got Miami in the house. Okay, let's go back to the sold listings and see what else is going on. Here's a Sensi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Let's. I know I'm going to slaughter so many names, but you want to know what? It is what it is. I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to call that a sensei. A sensei. Buddy Oakley, the owl plush, retired HTF home fragrance decor. I have no clue what any of this means. Okay, so I'm trying to see if there's anything that stands out in particular, to see if there's any tags. I don't know much to say about this. I don't know what the brand is. I don't know if this is the brand. There's not much information. Like new was only displayed. There were no rips. So yeah, not much to say about this one right here. Here's a vintage rare 1980 Francesca. 9488 17-inch mutt soft plush. 9488. I mean, who would imagine that this stuff, you know, sells for this type of money? I mean, if I was at a garage sale or a thrift store and I saw this, I'll be honest, I'm probably passing it up 99% of the time before watching this video. So it looks like there's the tag right there. So check that out. Le Mutt. So it looks like he's kind of sad as his back's hunched over. He's probably not happy. He's, you know, he probably wants to find an owner. So, you know, hopefully he went to a good home. 9488, vintage, 1980, Francesca Lemut. I don't know. 17-inch plush puppy dog. Interesting. So let's type in. Let's go back over to eBay and let's type in this brand. Lemut. I don't know. Okay, let's go here and let's type in stuffed animals. And I want to see if this is a brand to be on the lookout for, or if this is just a particular type of item. Again, guys, I'm brand spanking new, so it's like, you know, this is like my first time riding a bike. I'm getting on the bike and I'm going to crash severely. It's going to be a bad crash, but you want to know what? You got to get on and just try and go for it. So $44.99 for this guy, 67, 69, 31, 21. So it looks like it's like maybe a line of puppies, dogs. So I'm going to write that one down. Don't know much about it, but I'm getting acquainted with this brand. So if I ever did come across something like this, I would know to look it up to try to find that specific one. But I mean, check this out, guys. $49.95, $34.99, $54.95. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Look at this guy. He's got some eyelashes, or this girl. That's cool. Really, really good stuff right here. I don't know why it's so popular, but it is. Let's go back into the sold listings and continue to study some stuffed animals that have sold for good money, $50 plus. This looks interesting right here. What is this? A 32-inch something green lizard beanbag. So that's pretty cool. $59.99 this sold for. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Before this show, I'm passing this stuff up all day long because this might seem kind of crazy, but I see zero value in this. I don't see any value in this at all. I don't know what makes it valuable. I mean, look at the description that this eBay seller used. Good used condition. So this thing obviously sold itself. Not sure what the brand is. There's not many pictures or anything. I don't know what the brand is. I don't know if this is the brand. Gofa. Possibly it is. Let's look it up. Let's see if this is the brand. I have no clue. So, you know what? I think it is actually, because I'm seeing some of the other stuffed animal. Is this it? We'll see. This is how you learn right here. So it looks like a lot of these aren't going for much. So maybe that was just a rare model or something. I'm not sure, but take it with a grain of salt. There's that brand again that I saw before, Sensi. I don't know, but yep, looks like that lot of 4 stuffed animals went for $65. What in the world is this? $103.99 vintage Mr. Bingle snowman. Who's Mr. Bingle? I don't know Mr. Bingle, but I want to get to know him after realizing his value. The vintage Mr. Bingle snowman, 18-inch Korea. Very interesting item right here. Let's see what we can learn about this item. Approximately 18 inches, seam tag attached with few faint marks on it. There are a few loose threads on hat, other than mention in very good pre-owned vintage condition. So what's the brand of this? Is the brand, let's see if we could find a brand. So I don't see a brand. I don't know what to look for. I know that this guy's name, I guess, is Mr. Bingle. I don't know who Mr. Bingle is. Maybe it was like a TV show and somewhere. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's continue down our adventure. Pink dolphin ghost pillow, $50. Is this crazy or what? How are these items selling for so much? Fluffy doozy bird. What in the world? $54? How did he get this guy to stand up like that? Ed says, what do people do when they can't find a sold eBay listing for a product? Do you get it or pass because of lack of info? So for me, if I can't find the exact item, I'll try to find something that's comparable to it. And if that item that is comparable is selling for good money, I'll typically purchase it if there's enough margins there, and just hope that there's a following, or there's going to be people interested in it. Sometimes you can't find the exact same thing. So yeah, Worth Point. I've never really used Worth Point, but I've heard about it. Let's get back into the comments, see what other people are saying. Gerson says plush sells way better in Amazon. So Gerson is saying that he sells his stuffed animals, his plush, with much more success on Amazon. So, you know, assuming that there's a listing created, which I'm sure that it's got to be difficult, Gersten, how to find the exact listing, because there's so many different variations, I'd assume. But yeah, I've heard people selling plush on Amazon. Are there any restrictions to be aware of, Gersten, when it comes to selling plush on Amazon? Crystal says your French needs work Raiken Lemieux. I've never sold plush. There's so much of it out there, Maggie says. I agree. Gene Finch. What's up, Gene? Says, I had a teddy, which I still had it. Cool. Thrifty Treasure says, I recently sold a Serta lamb I bought for 99 cents for 20 buckaroos. She didn't say buckaroos, but I had to throw that in. Awesome, Tanya. Teddy Ruxpin, 1985, goes for some nice cash. So let's take a look at that. 1985 Teddy Ruxpin. Let's see if Gerson knows what he's talking about. Let's see if this item actually goes for some good money. So there's little Teddy. One went for 15, 39.94. So that's some good margins right there. Wow, look at this one right here. 1985 World of Wonder Teddy Ruxpin working with cassette. $116. Crazy, crazy, man. Definitely some good stuff right there. So here's that fluffy doozy bird, $54. What is the deal with this item right here? Because it's really standing out to me. What would I have to look for to be able to recognize this besides it looking so obscure? Is there a tag on it? See, that's what's freaking me out right now. Not freaking me out, but it's kind of like, all right, well, I go to a thrift store and I see all these plush items. Am I going to be looking at tags? Am I going to be looking at the color? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So I'm just not sure. I'm not sure they didn't put a tag on this. So I'm going to skip over this and continue moving down the line. Huge Aflac duck plush talking 19 by 25. Holy mackerel. This thing's probably like 30 bucks a ship. 19 by 25. That is one big duck right there. I tell you right now, if you were in New York City or somewhere in the hood and you were walking down a dark road, a dark aisle, and you hear all these creepy noises, and all of a sudden you see this guy, go the other way, because you know what? This guy is just bad news right here. Bad news. 55 bucks right there. 19 inches tall, 25 long, about 17 across. Still talking, no issues. So that's pretty cool right there. I wonder if a lot of Aflac stuff does well. Let's go to Aflac stuffed animals and see if anything else is selling well. Maybe it was just that troublemaker. Aflac 2009 Christmas talking duck. This is new with tags though, $25. Looks like some smaller ones, 20 bucks, 10.99. So it looks like a lot of these aren't going for much. A lot of 23 ducks, man. Somebody is gonna have a crazy duck collection after that. So it looks like these aren't going for a ton of money. It looks like it's just that big one that went for really good money. Yeah, so it was worth a shot. Let's continue moving down the line. Angry Birds plush Chef Pig Piggy. Are you serious? Who in the right mind is paying $110 for this? Who in the right mind is paying $110 for this? You know what? People say, America's in a depression, or the economy is down. I don't know how far the economy's down when someone's paying $110 for Angry Bird plush Chef Pig Piggy. Oh man. All jokes aside, though, that's crazy. So see if there's a tag or anything that we can see. So Angry Birds. I wonder if all Angry Birds stuff is going for good money, or if it's just that particular item. I don't know why that was going for so much money. Sold. Yeah, so it looks like a lot of these aren't going for much. I don't know if that must have been just a really rare one, which I guess, the more you're in this game, the more you would learn. But it looks like that Chef Piggy is just maybe it's really, really rare. So that was the only one. Yep. Look right here, Angry Birds plush 5-inch rare Chef Pig. So we got a bolo on the lookout for right now. If you come across any plush Angry Birds items, look for the Chef Pig. It's rare. 46. Yeah, cool. So we learned something new right there. I'm going to jump into the comments section and see what you peeps are saying. Looks like we've got 64 people watching live. So I want to thank everyone for watching live. If you can, be sure to take your finger, put it on the mouse, scroll it down to that like button and smash it. Smash that like button. Let's see what we can make happen, guys. We're at 29 likes right now. Only one dislike, so there's a lot of love coming through. But smash that like button. Hit it. Hit it right now. Right now. JD Flynn says it does take skills to get into the plush game. LOL. Yeah, I'm laughing as well because I could already tell that it's definitely something new. What gets more hits, stuffed or plush? Another great question. I wish I could answer that for you. Let's see what the peeps in the streets have to say. I asked earlier, what does plush actually mean? And me gone DDIE33 says, I think plush refers to the material, soft, furry, as opposed to cloth or leather. Just guessing. So that sounds pretty good. Gersten Estrada says, type in American Mills, sold one over $100 last week. So if Gersten wants me to plug it into the search engine, then I'm going to plug it into the search engine. So let's open up another tab real quick. Let's type in American Mills, stuffed animals, and let's see what pops up. Holy moly. Hello. Wow, this is one ugly creature. $69.95, a fat giraffe. So man, we gotta get George on the bod damn bona fide hustler workout regime because this guy just blew up. $69.95. American Mills raccoon, $124.99. Look at these fat animals. We got a fat penguin coming in at something below $139.99 with a best offer accepted. Wow. Gersten, thank you for this bolo right here. Check these. Holy crap. Now, this is something I could be on a lookout for. Why? Because it stands out. It's unique. I mean, who the heck? I've never seen a fat stuffed animal before. So that's awesome. That is a great bolo right there. So for the people who are watching right now, there you go. Served on a silver platter, a bolo right to your hotel room. Enjoy. Leave a tip. Wow, that's pretty cool. Holy crap. Look at this freaking fat turtle. Wow. That's a bolo, guys. That's if wow. Holy mackerel. Now, I'd be curious to know if anyone out there in YouTube space has ever found one of these American Mills fatty cake stuffed animals. Just so cool. So freaking cool. Very cool. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, let's continue moving down the list to see what else is selling. Rare 27-inch large first and main plush stuffed lion animal. All right, vintage Steiff. I don't know. Let's see. So I'm gonna look this up because I keep seeing this keyword. I don't know what it means. Let's look this one up. Looks cute. Steiff. I'm gonna say Steiff, maybe. Steiff. Don't make fun of me, guys. I'm challenged in some areas. Fawn deer lying. Okay. Let's see. In like new condition is Lorley, the fawn. I don't know what that is. Is that the name of the? Is this a deer? Is this what it is? A fawn? Born between 1991 and 1999. So it was born between 8 years. More Steiffs in my other listings. What the heck is a Steiff? Okay, so I'm gonna copy that. This is how I learn, guys. I don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna look it up. Like I said, guys, I'm slow when it comes to certain areas of life. All right, what the heck was that? I gotta go back. What is this? Sorry, guys, I'm ADHD sometimes. All right. So, anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah, sold listings. So I'm trying to figure out what this keyword actually means. Steiff. Is it a brand? Is it something? Is it a particular animal? Holy crap. What in the world? $550. Rare, adorable Steiff, which I'm calling it, Fox Terrier on wheels. 550. Hey, there's that. There's that guy again. What in the world? On wheels? Man, this dog is in the best shape of its life. Holy mackerel. Welcome to my auction. Oh, okay. What do you have to say about this item? This is a rare antique Yes. Fox Terrier on wooden wheels, pull toy from around the 40s, the late 1940s and 50s. Holy mackerel. So this is, according to my math, if it was born in 1950, that would make it approximately 66 years old. Wow. That's amazing right there. So again, I wish I could give you more help in terms of what to look for. I see a keyword flag mohair. I don't know what that means either. Um, yeah, cool. Very, very cool. So I wish I could teach you more, but I just don't know, guys. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Someone is saying Steiff is a German-based plush toy company. Okay. It's a German company that's been around forever. Okay, so Steiff, which I'm calling it, is a German company that has been around for a long, long time. It was German, Good Use Good Says, but now it's owned by the USA. They have a website. So very, very cool. Let's go back into the sold listings to see if we could find any more cool selling items. Here's a vintage Dandy Teddy Bear, orange 24 shirt, 24-inch large big plush special touch Dandy toy. Very cool. 99.95, guys. I mean, imagine walking into a thrift store. Just play this out with me, guys. You walk into a thrift store, maybe you work a 9 to 5 job, you get off work, you're hungry, and you say to yourself, you know what, I'm gonna stop at this Goodwill really quick before I come home to make dinner for myself and my family. I'm gonna just run in real quick. And you run in, you go over to the shelf, and bada bing, bada boom, you've got a vintage Dandy teddy bear, 24-inch, just sitting there, just looking at you, and you hear something and you don't know what you hear something and you turn around and you hear, bring me home. And it's this guy. He wants you to bring him home. You bring him home, you take a picture of him, you throw him on eBay, and you sell him for $99.95, and you only paid $5. I mean, that's what I call a good day. Cool. Let's look up this brand right here, Dandy Toy. Ah, crap. Dandy Toy. Okay. I want to see what the deal is with this stuffed animal. Let's see if this is a very awesome brand or if it's just that one animal. So here's a Dandy plush giant bulldog, $23.59. You know, the thing that worries me about these big items is shipping is a biatch at times. It really does cost a good amount of money to ship these items. While it is light, it is big. So maybe it being light is going to help, but I don't know. Maybe you guys have some tips for shipping these types of items. So it looks like some of these items are going for some good money. The brand Dandy. Here's a lizard salamander, $35.99. Here's a brown pony, $34.95. There's that cute bear that was talking to you in a thrift store that went for $99. So it looks like this is a decent brand. It doesn't look like it's bringing in a ton of money. A lot of the smaller ones don't seem to be doing that well at all. But it looks like if you find some of the bigger ones that they could be bringing in some good money, but there's a lot of losers in here. Anyways, let's continue. Justine Kelleher says, I found and sold a few Jammy Pie dolls for 100 each within a week. Jammy Pie dolls. What is that? I don't know. Let's look it up. Thank you, Justine. I appreciate it. So let's look that up. Jammy Pie dolls. Stuffed animals. Let's see what this is all about. She said she sold it for $100 each. I feel like maybe it's not a stuffed. I'm gonna just type that in and see what pops up. Okay, so this isn't necessarily this is a more of a doll. But let's check this out because this looks pretty crazy. What in the this is another great topic. Maybe for another video we'll go through dolls because I've heard of dolls going for really good money. Here's one right here. Let's see if we could find her sold listing. Tracy? Nope. I'm looking for Jamie. Where's Jamie? I'm looking. Let's see if we could find her. Nope. I'm gonna find you. Not Jamie. Why am I calling you Jamie? It's Justine. I'm sorry. Let's find Justine's listing. Where is it? Where is it, Justine? I'm looking for your listing. Is this it? I have a feeling this is Justine's listing. Nope. Anyways, yeah, this is definitely a cool bolo right here. Is this it? I'm looking. Is this it? Darn. Okay, so let's go back to the sold listing. 71 people watching right now. Thank you, thank you. That's awesome, guys. So it looks like there's a lot of people interested in learning about stuffed animals. And this is what it's all about, guys. If you want to learn what sells. And if you're like me and you're a newbie when it comes to a particular area, like stuffed animals, I mean, I'm probably the biggest noob on this whole webinar right now out of everybody. I don't know if there's anyone more noobish than I am, but if you want to learn how to make it happen, how to learn what to buy, the brands, the models, the colors, the sizes, what's good, what's bad, what's profitable, what's not. You just jump into the sold listings, type in your price range, type in used, US only, buy it now. That's what I prefer. Sold listings, and then bada bing, bada boom. Holy crap. Here's another one of those Angry Bird items, 36-inch rare, 155. So one thing I've learned is if you come across a plush Angry Bird item that's rare, now what is rare, I don't exactly know. But if you find something that is rare, it looks like they're going for really good money. There was that Chef Piggy that did really well, and now here's this giant Mighty Eagle collector plush, 36 inches, a big puppy for 155. Ooh, check this out. Look at this item. 75 bucks. I would pass this thing up all day long. I would if I didn't know. So a vintage 1970s original animal fair Henry dog plush. So it looks like, hey, my name's Henry. Nice to meet you, Henry. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a nerd sometimes. I can't help it. Let's see. Vintage 1970 Animal Fair Henry. So it looks like, I don't know. What does that say right there? I want to see that. What does that say? Um, okay, so the brand is Animal Fair. So that's interesting. So let's look that up. Let's look up Animal Fair stuff, Animal Fair plush. I thought it actually came from like never mind. Um, no comment. Okay, so Animal Fair is the brand. So let's type in sold. And there's that one from the 70s. That went for 75. Here's a vintage University of South Dakota that went for something under $39.99 with the best offer. 8-inch vintage 1974 pony horse by Animal Fair, $49.99. Here's another one, Dugan. John Dugan, the resale rabbit. $100 right here. Look at this freak. 20 bucks. 1976 item, $24.99. So yeah, this looks like a decent brand to be on the lookout for. If you find the Henry, it looks like the Henry is the moneymaker right here. Here's another Henry. Oopsies. Let me go back. This one sold for $69.99 right here. Henry. So that's cool. Will you ever find this item at a thrift store, garage sale, flea market? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? You may go your whole life as a picker and never come across it, but all it takes is one. All it takes is one item for you to come across to make it worth your time watching this video. So I hope that eventually this video will pay off for you. Here we have a vintage Henry dog in used condition. Small imperfections due to age, but in good condition for being vintage. It is a special Christmas edition with the original Santa hat attached. It can be easily snipped off to make it look like a normal, everyday Henry dog. Everybody wants to be a Henry dog. Recently, a 20-inch Henry Santa dog went for $129 plus shipping. I have an amazing deal at $69.99 with offers accepted. Cool. We got a salesman in the house. So let's see. That was cool. Let's jump into the comments, see what all you hustlers are up to. 72 people watching live. So that is awesome, guys. Smash that like button. Show some love. Take the link to this video. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. You know, Snapchat it if you got to. Appreciate the love. Went to the wrong page. Smash that like button, guys. Hit it. Frank Rizzo says, first of all, Frank, what's going on? My man, thanks for watching. I was going to make a pin the tail on the Jackass game. I wonder if I will need permission to use Obama's picture. Hello. Things are getting crazy in here. Andrew L says, what's the deal with Vermont Teddy Bears? I see prices all over the place. Let's look. Let's see if we could find something that stands out. So let's go to Vermont Teddy Bears. And let's go under stuffed animals and see what we can find here. Holy crap, this is a big bear right here. Tell you right now, if you want to play a joke on your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend and you guys are sleeping next to each other, when you wake up in the morning, get up and put this bear next to them. I guarantee they freak out. Look at this thing. It's freaking huge. Vermont Teddy. This thing is massive, man. Holy crap. What in the world is this? We got another. Holy moly. Is it weird that I'm a little turned on right now? Just kidding. All right. Let's see. Cool. I don't know what's going on with these. All these things. Who was that who made the comment right there? Was it Andrew? I think it looks like all these things are going for really good money. I don't see one Vermont stuffed teddy bear that's not going for big money. So I'm not sure what is happening right there. Excuse me, my phone is going crazy right now. Interesting though, very interesting. Let's go back to the sold listings and look at a few more items here. Toy Vault supersized Godzilla. I'm not even going to look at that because that thing looks so freaking big. This looks cool. This looks very, very, very cool right here. Here we've got a Steiff. Someone please help me out if that's not how it's pronounced. Laura Parrot. Interesting. This parrot. Wow, this parrot looks serious. I like how, you know what I really like about this listing right here? I like that the seller did it against a black background. It really makes it pop out. It looks clean, and it's also really differentiating itself against other listings. I like it. I really like it a lot. See, when I see a listing like this, it gets me excited. I don't know what it is, but I want to spy on the competition right now. I want to see who this person is because I like what they did right there, and I want to see what else they are selling. I have a feeling that they're selling some more cool stuff. So I'm going to just go to their sold listings. I want to see what these guys are selling. Looks like, wow, that's so cool. 2 salad forks they sold for $29.99. That's insane. See, this seller knows what they're doing. I could already tell that they know what they're doing. They sold another plush item right here. A little Finny Dolphin. Big shout out to Finny. Look at this. I don't know why. I liked what the seller's up to. Cool. Yeah, nice pictures, nice descriptions. I like it. All right, guys, let's find one more item before I take off. Okay. Let's find one. Ooh, okay. This is going to be the last one that we're going to look at right here. This looks really cool right here. Look how cute this plush stuffed animal is. This is and I'm going to read the description. I mean, the title, Retired Webkinz Signature German Shepherd Dog Plush Only, No Code. So I don't know what that means, no code. I don't know if there's a code on all of these plush items or what. But this sold from West Palm Beach, Florida. Look how cute this stuffed animal is. Some of these animals are so lifelike. So it looks like the brand is Ganz, Ganz, $84.99. Real quick, let's type in Ganz stuffed animals and see if this is one of those brands that are really, really profitable. So already off the bat, I'm noticing that there's a lot of low-end crap. Look at this. Look at the detail on this. Another one of these things. A cat tiger. Wow, look at that. You could just tell, guys. If you cannot tell the attention to detail in these, then you need to get some glasses because these things are beautiful. Look at that. Some of them aren't. These are corny right here, but let's see if we could find another one. That's cool. Really nice. So hopefully you guys found some value in this live show, had a lot of fun, learned a lot. This is the type of research that I have to do probably a good 5 or 10 times to really, set myself up for success. Today was just kind of a preliminary, first step, just, jumping into the water just to see what it's like kind of deal. There's so much to learn out here with plush. I could already tell. But hopefully you learned a few different items to be on the lookout for. Maybe you learned some patterns, some distinctions, some things that stood out to you. Or maybe it just opened up your eyes to the opportunities that are out there when it comes to selling plush stuffed animals on eBay, or I want to say, or Amazon as well. My buddy Gerson from Miami, who's in the house, Gerson Estrada, said he has better success selling these items on Amazon FBA. So not only can you sell plush stuffed animals on eBay, and the proof is in the pudding, but you could also sell them on Amazon FBA. I have very little experience when it comes to selling plush stuffed animals. I'm just a noob in the water trying to learn how it's done. But hopefully this video, by me doing this live gave you some form of education and maybe just got you, you know, to just see that there are opportunities out there with these types of items. So again, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Smash that like button, hit that like button, show some love. I'm going to jump into the comments real quick, answer some more questions. Also, I want to let you guys know, be sure to get my 2 free books, E-Commerce on Fire. Just go to RaikenProfit.com/products. Download this book right here. Just put in your email and it'll send it right over to you. Also, 100 amazing items to resell as well. It's another book that will teach you 100 amazing items you could resell in your business for some ridiculous profits. So click that. Put in your email, it'll get sent over to you immediately. Nothing else you're going to have to do. Also, today is the last day of my 50% off sale on my Pawn Shop Profits book, on my clothing books and courses, and 25% off the Green Room, which is a membership site that helps people to grow their eBay, Amazon, Craigslist business. Also helps you to stay accountable. There's a lot of training videos over there, only for members, private shows. A lot of these books up here, 101 Killer Clothing Brands, Pawn Shop Profits, a lot more books and courses as well are free if you join the Green Room. So definitely check that out. Link is in the description below. If you take a look, you will be able to see the discount code and everything like that. But let's jump into the comments real quick to see what people are saying. Maggie Doodle says, it makes me feel better to know there's some things you don't know, Steve. There's a lot of things I don't know, guys, and I'm not being humble. I'm not trying to like just be like, oh, you know, just be a gentleman. Like, honestly, there's so much I don't know, so much. And if anyone out there thinks they know it all and they've only been in the business for 3 years, you're out of your freaking mind. Even if you've been in the business, I know people who've been in the business for 30 years and they're in the same boat, you know, always learning. So Frank Rizzo says, Steve is a top-notch dude. Appreciate that, Frank. Means a lot. Gene Finch, glad you enjoyed the show. Good use goods. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that comment before. So Utah G Mall 99 says, Steve, it's pronounced Steve. No, Steve. No, Saint Ife. Okay. So is it Saint Ife? Is that what it is? Who knows, guys? Like I said before, never claim to be the brightest bulb. Anyways, what else? Florida Hidden Treasure says, I'm ashamed to say, as an adult, I used to collect WeKind and played the games. Very cool. Good Use Good says, I see retired on a lot of plush items for a keyword. Looks like Cody Orgel's in the house. What's going on, man? We got Australia in the United States. Frank Rizzo says, speaking of pictures, Steven, how did you get your background so good, looking bright white without using Photoshop? If you are a Green Room member, Frank, I'm not 100% sure if you are. I just put a video in the Green Room 2 days ago showing how I create that white background on eBay. So you'd have to see the video. But if you are a Green Room member, just go to the news and updates section of the greenroomuniversity.com and you'll be able to see firsthand how I did that. But real quick, the magic is in the lighting and the background. If you have a nice clean white background with lights pointed directly on the item, it's very easy to get the white background once you go to edit it on eBay. Saint Ife. All right, Mr. Sadie. Bubba, I appreciate it. JD Flynn, thanks for watching. Hot Halloween props. Appreciate it. Frank Rizzo says, I learned so much from you, Steve and Chad, the Golden Finger Picker, and Pete. Awesome stuff and great motivation. Thank you. Appreciate it. Tina Sales. How does Senti stuffed animals do? It seems that some of it does really, really well. So it looks like those are all the comments. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't, smash that like button, hit the like button, show some love. Would definitely appreciate that. Again, if you haven't already, get the free books. Also, check the link in the description, 50% off on my products. Today is the last day. And the reason I did that was to celebrate 30,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So check those out. Get into the Green Room. If you want to learn more about the Green Room, go to greenroomuniversity.com. Here is the site right here. Go to greenroomuniversity.com and you can join right here. You can learn about all the different things that we have and how it can benefit you. But with that being said, thanks for watching the show. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Keep on picking, making that money. Bada bing, bada boom. The profits are coming soon, and I will see you in the next video. Talk to you later.